Hello and welcome to another episode of This Entrepreneurial Life. In fact, this is the first episode of This Entrepreneurial Life. I have been doing this YouTube channel now for a while, but I've only been doing YouTube Live for this week, and I'm having a lot of fun with Wirecast. I'm learning a lot about how to use it, and I think one of the episodes I'll actually show you how I do my YouTube Lives, but I do think I need a bit more than 1 week experience. Now, today's episode is all about your freedom business, all about business freedom, and I have written about that. This is actually a first edition of my Never Work Again book. There have been a couple of editions afterwards. It's quite fun. It is self-published, and this was my sorry attempt at the first version, which didn't sell. I later hired some really good book marketing people, and they helped me get 130,000 plus books out there. So it's been a big success, international bestseller, and you can get it on Amazon. But today it's all about you and how you can free yourself. My background today is a little bit different than it usually is. I'm actually visiting my grandmother in north of Oslo, and it is a Friday. So in theory, if I was working in a corporate company or any other business, if I was an employee, I would have had to be in the business today. We couldn't have said, oh, I want to take the day off and work from somewhere else. I've actually had a good day. I woke up 5:30 bright and early and decided to sleep until 10. So I've had a good night's rest. I have been working on creating the titles for my next YouTube Lives for next week. So I think that's important to talk about, because actually how I think is the reason why I've been able to free myself. I'm constantly looking for ways to automate and do things in batches. Doing things in batches means you do the same repetitive action many times, and I've now been doing that with the titles and keywords for these YouTube Lives. So how I done that? Well, I do the title and then I find the keywords, so I can just copy paste really fast when I want to do these YouTube Lives, because on a normal work day, I typically have other things on my agenda. I have 3 companies, about 70 employees, and I do work on my businesses on a daily basis. I don't have to, but I do. I went through a phase where I didn't work very much. I spent a lot of time reading books, exercising, spending time with friends, traveling the world. But I'm after about 6 years of traveling the world and living what I call the freedom lifestyle, I'm kind of over it. I still like to travel, but I really prefer routine and just being in the same place. But it's awesome to have access to sort of business freedom in that kind of way. So there's several techniques of doing it. The technique that I've used is outsourcing. I've got an outsourcing company in the Philippines called MrOutsource.com, which is specialized on helping businesses outsource to the Philippines. We've got about 9 years experience in doing that. And I've also got an image editing company and a photography business in Norway. So they're all interrelated. They all sort of feed off each other, and I've sort of built things on what I had to grow and scale my companies. But the way I do it is typically I find a business partner, somebody that can run and operate the business, and then I help start it, I help run it, I make the right connections. So one of the things that might come up, if you want to watch my last video on funding, typically they've also been more or less self-funded. So if you're wondering about how to start a business, then you actually go out there and you find a problem that actually people want to solve, want a solution for, and then you create the solution for them. So you pre-sell, okay? You always have to pre-sell when building a business. So you go out there, you sell what you're going to make first, you get an order, and then you actually start delivering it. You don't want to come up with some idea, build it, and then try to sell it. I mean, that's what most people starting out do. Typically that doesn't work. I've done a lot of those kind of things before. Typically they haven't materialized because I haven't really listened to what people actually want to exchange their hard-earned cash for. So listen to where there are problems and find a solution for it. Go out there and sell it first, and then figure out how to deliver it. So that's how you can start a business if you don't have any money. And sometimes you can actually get them to prepay for parts of development, or it depends how urgent their need is and how needy they are for it. But typically you can also get part of the money prepaid. So that is so in relation to freeing yourself. So the first step is having a business partner. The second thing is using cheap labor. So basically, I'm in Norway, one of the most expensive places to hire people, also one of the most difficult places to fire people. So I use a lot of outsourcing in my companies. I will continue to do it. I will continue to scale it, and people abroad are getting smarter and smarter. You have resources like lynda.com for teaching people how to do image editing. You have YouTube for everything else. People around the world are getting smarter and smarter, which means they can do higher and higher level work. And if you're willing to find somebody like in a country like the Philippines, and you're able to give them a salary of anything from 250 and up a month, depending on their skill level, then you can train them. You pay them on time, you treat them well. The way I work with other people is that I treat other people how I want to be treated. I use something called the golden rule. I try to show up for people in the way that I want to meet people. So I also treat my employees like that. That means they get paid early or on time. It means I do as I say. Leveraging other people's time is really important, because if there's one thing, what is one thing that you and Richard Branson have in common? In fact, I'm going to tell you the number, and the number is 1,440, which is how many minutes are in a day. So if Richard Branson has the same amount of time as everyone else, then why has he been able to do other things? And you cannot scale your time. Like you have the amount of time that you have in a day. You do need to eat, sleep, be social, do some spiritual practice, exercise, have dinners, relax. And so there's very little time. So the only way to really scale up a business, really build a business, is to leverage other people's time to do it with you. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, you need to be a passionate person about what you do, right? You need to believe in what you're doing. You need to find other people that also believe in what you're trying to build, and then you need to figure out what they want and give it to them. Okay, so it's not about what you want; it's what they want. So you need to be able to make them feel important, make them feel special, treat them well, make sure that they, of course, are good people, and then you need to get them into your ecosystem to scale your business. So the best way to do that is to actually be passionate about what you do. If you're not passionate, if it's all about money, if it's all about profit and money, then, I mean, you can still build a great business, but I'm not sure how happy you'll be along the way. Typically, the most happy entrepreneurs, and also myself, when I'm focusing too much on profit and making more money, I'm typically it gives me a type of energy, but it doesn't necessarily give me a positive energy that leads to anything. But when I think about how to add more value to clients and how to do more things for employees and how to show up better for people every day, then that's a different type of energy, and that typically results in better results. So this is about how to free yourself from the 9-to-5, travel the world, and live the freedom lifestyle. You can check out my book, Never Work Again. In my book, there are 5 different business models. I'll mention a few here. One is doing stuff like this, making YouTube videos, creating content, being a speaker, having digital products. So that's information marketing is definitely a model that many people have used to free themselves. It's quite a crowded space. It's not that easy to break through. But if you believe in what you're going to do, and you're willing to do the work and persevere through all the hurdles, then yeah, you can have a great information marketing business. But it's also what a lot of information marketing people sell. But it's definitely possible. And I get a lot of leads through videos like this and my book and other things that already are online. So it works, but it takes time. I've been in the game for 3 years, and I have had money and people, and there's still could have more traction. Then there's dropshipping. I really believe in sourcing products in China, rebranding them as your brand, and then selling them on Amazon. That's actually the strongest way of building an online business. It's the one I believe in the most. For that, you can check out Amazing Selling Machine or read my book, Never Work Again. And then the third one is affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is when you have a website with lots of traffic. So basically find a trending subject, like at the moment it could be artificial intelligence, and then you pay other people to write blogs for you, and then you get lots of traffic to your blog, and then you have advertising. And then you can also sell like a subscription service to the people that have that. So that's one way of doing affiliates. Affiliates you then have on the website. You can maybe write about artificial intelligence software. When people click and buy, you get paid a percentage. So that's another business model. I'm sure you want to know the two other ones as well, but I'm not going to tell you those, because if you want to find out what those are, you need to buy my book, Never Work Again. There's a lot of free content in the book. There's a lot of things you can opt into. I think you go to youwillneverworkagain.com/bonuses, and you get a free outsourcing guide to the Philippines. You also get 12 interviews with different experts. So I'm giving away a bunch of stuff for free, and it's the book has more than 200 5-star reviews on Amazon. So people seem to like it, and I'm sure you will too. I think the hardest part of actually freeing yourself from your business, even if you have a business, is the fear of that things will go wrong, fear of things not working out, when you're not in control. And a lot of entrepreneurs are quite control freaks. And it's a constant struggle for me not to be. So in 2011, when I left, I was also feeling all the sort of same fears as a lot of other people feel when they free themselves and travel. But 6 years later, everything has worked out fine. I wish, if I knew that everything was going to work out the way it has, I wouldn't have worried so much, and that's one thing that a lot of people say at the end of their days is that I wish I hadn't worried so much. Of course, it's easy to say once you know that everything's been okay, to say that I wish I hadn't worried so much, but the fact of the matter is we have very little control over what happens in our life. We can control our habits, our actions, and also how we focus and train our brain, and how we observe the world. How we deal with things. That's 100% up to us. But whether somebody drives into you, or your wife leaves you and stuff like that, I mean, we have some control, but not 100% control. If you want to learn more about that, you can read about Stoicism. I recommend the book A Guide to the Good Life by William Irvin. So there's going to be fears in terms of setting up your business, in terms of actually letting go and letting other people run your business. But my trick has really been, first of all, you need to know what you want, right? So if your goal is to have a freedom business where you can travel the world, then you need to build that kind of business from the beginning. And it starts with sort of building a team. I believe in any business you need to have a team of people, right? And you're going to have some dedication and focus on it. But I have on several occasions gone away for 3 to 4 weeks, and my business has made more money than we've ever made, and I haven't touched or done anything. So there's definitely you can build businesses that work without you. The interesting thing that I found is, like, once you've done enough of the bucket list things and traveled enough, you kind of find out that you were actually just really passionate about what you were doing, and you're passionate about getting up and actually making a difference in the world. But I think it's still important to have the freedom to not be pestered by clients when you don't want to. So if you want to watch the other videos that I've made, I talk about my morning routine. I talk about power blocks, and these are all things I do before 12 o'clock. So I don't want to be bothered by anyone before or after lunch, because then that's when I get the bulk of my work done. But after that, I'm social. I talk to people, or I just take the day off. But like today, I'm taking the rest of the day off. So there are business models that fit. You need to understand that other people's time is really the trick. Even though there's also technology, I still believe you need to build an awesome team. You'll also have a lot more fun building your business if you work with awesome people. I try to find awesome people that I can build amazing things with, and that's really all. That's my secret. That's all I know how to do. I'm multi-skilled in different areas. I'm not I don't have a talent in a specific area, but I understand the context of different processes, and I can work with people. And my golden rule: treat other people as you want to be treated. Be upfront, be honest, be clear, and I believe then you can attract the kind of people that can build your business with you and for you. And that's really my secret. That's really my secret. And there's 5 business models in my book. Check out my book, Never Work Again. This has been the 5th time I have been live on YouTube. And it's also the first time I've been using this logo, this entrepreneurial life. So I like blogging like this. I'm having fun with it. I don't know why I like to do it, but I do like to do it. So you can check out Hardcore MBA, where I've interviewed more than 250 experts on the same channel as this. It's on iTunes, it's on Sketcher. We also have a website called hardcoremba.com. And what else? I think that's it for now. If you want to start outsourcing, you can go to mroutsource.com and we will help you out. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.